Welcome back to the Amazing Survivors podcast with
Tron and
Tremaine.
And today we are recapping episode 7 of The Amazing Race. So they're in Montevideo, Uruguay. I don't know.
It's not Montevideo?
Like Sunny and Busy. Montevideo, that's the Wisconsin way of saying it. All right, so they're in Uruguay here. It seemed like they all kind of had like a chartered flight over there.
I think they do.
Yeah.
For all of these.
Yeah. So then they just had different start times. So we had Juan and Shane, Ricky, Cesar, Group 1 leaving at 7:45 in the morning. Then 15 minutes later at 8, we had Amber, Vinny, and Rod and Letitia. Then 8:15 we had Yvonne and Melissa, Sunny and Busy, and Danny and Angie. So that's kind of the way they broke those out.
I wonder if Danny and Angie were kind of annoyed because we helped all those guys get to the mat, and we're the last ones to the mat, and we get screwed.
I feel like they'd be a little annoyed, but at the same time, they know they can make it up in the directions. Yeah. And this time they said, we're not helping any other team with directions. We're just doing this on our own.
Well, I wonder, because they know they're not starting with them, they're like, oh, we can kind of be fresh and just run our race and just go. So, and looking, once again, they have maps, and once they get around the bay to their first stop, which is at a port, everything else is within a 10-kilometer little radius, pretty much.
Which is also like, I feel like a lot of these teams just start driving, and then they're like, okay, let's find where we're going, where we are. I'm like, find that out before you leave.
You should always know where you are.
Find where you're going. Look at the streets so you can get there. You can't just start driving and then be like, okay, now
that looks familiar.
Let's see where we're going.
Yeah.
It annoys me so much.
So much. Also, right off the bat, Juan says from his meal the night before, he got some food poisoning.
Oh, yeah.
Which is kind of goes back to at the end of the last lake, the end of the mega lake. Phil is telling them they get to use the Expedia app. They get to choose their own hotel where they stay.
Right.
So it's like, ooh, I bet the other teams are glad they didn't stay at that hotel.
Yeah, right.
And eat whatever they ate.
I liked that too. Rod's like, 5 stars or nothing, baby. All right, Rod.
Oh, I love it. He's so good.
Yeah.
I
like Rod and Letitia a lot. They're honestly probably my favorite team.
They're so fun.
Yeah.
So I'd love to hang out with them.
100%.
They're a good time. So yeah, they head to this. What would you call it? Port?
Yeah. Port? So in Uruguay, there, like one of the main things is their port. They do a lot of repairs on like the big container ships and everything like that. So kind of like a dry dock area there.
That's a good way to
where there's some ships. And so this first roadblock, they have to weld. It's just these two little metal things. They just have to weld a 90-degree angle together, send it over to get tested. The guy has a hammer and he hits it twice. If it holds up, you're good to go. If not, whatever. And I could not believe how many teams had some connection to welding. Like half of them are like, oh, I've welded before. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
How?
Vinny.
Yeah,
he did in high school.
Amber's dad is a welder. Like,
was it Sunny or Busy?
Yeah, being firefighters. They weld.
Melissa,
Cesar said he welded before.
Yeah. Melissa and Yvonne. Yeah, Melissa's father was a welder.
Yeah, like so many connections. I was like, how is this possible? It was so weird to me.
Have you ever welded?
No, never welded in my life. I don't think it would be that hard, but I've never done it.
Yeah, because it's definitely all about making a good connection and going slow. As I can't remember who it was. I think it was Cesar, but he's seen they go up and down like this way, and so it was interesting to see who got it first because Vinny and Rod ripped it.
I love Rod, dude. I'm a welder, babe.
Put it on the bill.
He's great.
Oh, he's awesome.
But yeah, like it went so fast for some teams. Poor Cesar like struggled hard on that. I was also wondering, so like they showed people getting dressed in the gear and it had like their name tags on it on the like helmet. It had their name on it. I'm like, did they know who was doing it beforehand, or
no,
do they have sets for each person?
I think they have sets for both.
Yeah,
so
interesting.
Yeah, I would say the first couple of times you really have to make sure it's 90 degrees.
Yeah.
And they're flush together.
Yeah.
I don't think some of them.
Yeah, they
did
had
that
some
very
space
well.
there,
and if you have any space, that's going to make it so weak.
Yeah.
But yeah, they do the welding, and some people really excelled at it, and some didn't.
Yeah.
But,
and of course, Sunny and Busy took a while to get there.
They took the scenic route along with Yvonne and Melissa.
A bit lost.
Yeah, Yvonne and Melissa, they passed Ricky and Cesar as they're going to it. Ricky and Cesar are heading away. They're like,
which Ricky and Cesar didn't do it super quick. They were there for quite a while with their attempts. And
so, okay, out of us two, would you want to do the welding?
I would have done it. I thought it would have been fun. Like, either one. I would have trusted you doing it. I would have been fine doing it. Like,
you know what was hilarious? Everyone has those goggles on.
Yeah.
And they're watching. Even when the guy is whacking the thing.
Yeah.
It's like, you only need that when they're actually welding.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
You don't have to have them on the whole time.
Here's a question I have for you.
Maybe they're looking at the sun.
As far as that goes, do you think Danny and Angie played that correctly? Do you think Angie should have done it, or
yeah, I think they played it right. Okay. The reason I haven't looked this up, I should look it up. How many roadblocks Danny has done? I
don't know, but in my head, I'm like, anything that you feel like Angie could kind of do, I feel like you just need to get her to do those.
But I don't mind it because he did recognize, yes, they weren't the last ones there, but as he said in the car, they're going for first place that day. And so I think he played it right for that strategy.
Yeah. I think it's the wrong strategy to have. I think...
Well, here's the other thing.
It just depends how many she's done. I don't know.
Yeah. In the back of his mind, he's probably thinking, okay, if we can either get first place or first or second, we're in the top group. Mm-hmm. Hopefully that gives us enough time on the next leg for her to do the roadblock, and we can still make it.
Yeah.
So,
but who knows what that roadblock's gonna be? You know.
I know that's the thing.
I don't know. That's a tough one.
Well, with him, unfortunately, he's always playing with fire.
Yeah.
With every roadblock.
Yeah.
So.
For sure.
But I think in this particular instance, he did play it right. Just because they were in the last group, they have to move up.
Yeah.
Just to make it to the next leg.
I agree with that, but at the same time, I'm like, man, you got Sunny and Busy in there, and they can't find their way anywhere.
They couldn't find their way out of a plastic
They can't find their way from work to their house, I don't think. Like, they do that drive every day. Like,
yeah, it's amazing.
I don't know, but I don't know. A lot of people had a lot of attempts on that one. Mm-hmm. It was kind of heartbreaking every time the guy would whack it with a hammer and it would like hold, but then he'd whack it the second time and it just shattered.
Kind of fun. I'm sure he had fun with it. Like,
yeah.
I'm gonna make sure.
I bet he could tell. He's like, oh, this one's breaking.
This one's done. Good luck. But yeah, Vinny and Rod crush it through there.
Yeah.
And this is where the tension begins.
This is where some of the wheels come off for Amber and Vinny.
It was really hard to watch.
It really was, to be honest. I just have written down here that Vinny is an a-hole and Amber should break up with him.
But I guess they're engaged now.
Good luck, Amber.
No, it was just sad in a way to see him putting her down.
He was so rude about it.
But flipping it like, oh, you're working against our team.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, dude, your attitude and the way you're treating her
100%
is what's bringing down the team, and you're making her feel like crap.
Yeah.
And she's just trying to be helpful.
Yeah.
She wants to be involved. She wants to help.
Yeah. So at one point he's like, you're going to watch this back and see like what you're doing to us. And I'm like, what does that even mean, dude? Like,
aren't you going to watch this back and look at the edit and go, wow, I was a dick.
Wow, I was a manipulative jerk. Like,
yeah. I'm sure he's getting plenty of hate online. But that was really hard to watch because she's trying her best.
Yeah, and then he's like pushing her out. So he's like driving, he gets the map and he's like snatches the pen from her and he's like pushing her out and like figuring out where they go and he's just like, not now, like.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah.
And I don't blame her for crying and getting really frustrated.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So I don't know. Not the way to treat your woman on a really awesome adventure.
Yeah, or anyone. Like, I don't know, man.
What a hoe bag.
What a hoe bag. Come on, Brittany. Yeah, that really like upset me. I did not enjoy that part. Yeah.
Well, then they go to the detour, and I don't know if I'm saying this right, but Condorba.
Okay.
You could do that, or you could do Murga.
Yeah. So one of them. So it's carnival right now during this in Uruguay, and they've got like the longest carnival in the world.
40 days, just 40 like days. Jesus.
And so they could either get in like one of the lines, and they could drum a routine where you each have a different drum, and you're doing like a little bit of a different beat, or you could go to this place and you're on stage and you sing this song with a bunch of people, and you've got like two sections of the song. Your partner has two sections of the song, and it's in Spanish. What would you do? A little difficult. I don't know, man. I think I'd be so bad at both of these, to be honest with you. But looking at it, I think the drumming one would be a little easier because it was pretty easy, just like beat to it. One
of the beats was pretty easy. It was like 3-1. Yeah. 3-1.
Yeah.
So that one, I wasn't 100% sure what the other one was. It looked a little bit more.
A little more involved, like the bigger drum.
Yeah, a little bit more.
Yeah.
I don't know what even the word is other than it looks a little bit more technical.
I think
guess you could say.
I do. I think that was a little more technical. The singing one, I think you could kind of fake your way through that better. Like as long as you could get the words down, it was more about just like having a lot of energy and dancing around.
Yeah. Yeah. And see, I think I would have done the singing one just because I'm great at being a fool and being a fool in front of people on stage. Yeah. So I could have brought the energy for that one for sure.
Yeah.
And fumble my way through singing this song. And making it entertaining for everyone.
Also, Ricky crushed it. Ricky, you got a pretty good voice there.
Yeah. Yvonne, a little tone deaf, like myself. Good job.
Yeah. I don't know. It was, both of them seemed like I would hate them. But
yeah. It would not suck. Oh, before they even go there, they had to go to another little plaza.
Oh, yeah.
To get the clue to go to the detour. Oh my gosh, Sunny and Busy, you hit every plaza in that city.
Yeah.
Like in a 2
They were driving radius. In a port, like probably where they should not have been. like trying to find this.
And you knew right then, you're like, they're not going to win.
Yeah. 100%.
They're not going to make it.
Like, where are you?
I will say the edit did a great job editing between them, Yvonne, and Melissa, and then at the end, Juan and Shane. But Sunny and Busy, holy cow.
Yeah. Who knows?
You took a hard left turn when you should have gone straight.
Yeah, yeah. To be fair, that plaza was like really tiny and like it wasn't like a big one, but
at least stop and ask somebody.
Yeah. It didn't seem like anyone else had a problem finding it.
No. To be honest. Use the phone of somebody and find it.
Which they showed a lot of people like, hey, does your phone, can I borrow your phone with Google Maps? And then they'd like draw it on their map. Like, great.
Yeah. Oh, so that was kind of frustrating to watch. But yeah, like you said, nobody had a problem.
I have noticed one thing with a lot of the teams, Juan and Shane being one of them, they have a lot of trouble with one-way streets. And I'm not sure the maps that they have. Most maps have little arrows showing which way, if it's a one-way, which way. Yeah. So I don't know if that's not on the map or if they're just not realizing it, but it seems like a lot of teams are having a bit of trouble with that.
Yeah, and that could make for some fun TV. Yeah. Going down the wrong way.
You know, if Maya and Rohan were still in it, they would.
They'd be hitting every one way they could the wrong way.
And then turning around right before they got to the intersection.
Yeah. So yeah, singing or the drumming. Yeah, I probably would have done the singing just because I can dance. Yeah. I'm good at that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the drumming, it would be tough, but definitely doable.
Yeah.
And it didn't quite show how long they had to be in the drumming line.
I don't know.
If you think it's probably like 30 seconds, maybe 2 minutes long at most.
It seemed, though, like the teams that did that one struggled less than the teams that did the singing one.
Yeah.
Like Amber and Vinny had to redo it, I think, a couple times, but unless they just edited it all out, it seemed like they all got it on their first try.
For the most part, yeah.
So.
Yeah. Whereas Yvonne and Melissa.
So many tries.
At least 8.
Yeah. So many tries.
Which, during that part, I was like, yes, please. Give them another thumbs down. Give them another. Because I was hoping they would go home for our little fantasy league.
Oh, yeah.
They lost.
Well, I did not. I said Sunny and Busy, so.
Which I should have, but I just kind of, I got to be different so I can make up some points on the winner, which I didn't, but whatever.
So, I mean, pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Leg. So then we get it. As far as the winners go, Ricky and Cesar take the top again.
Yeah, they go from the detour to a beach, which is down the way.
Yeah.
I guess they had to pass 3 different beaches.
Yeah.
But it's
then
all along.
They're like, oh, I see him there. And
which, it would have been really, I feel like, pretty easy to see the mat from the road
100%.
where they were.
Yeah. 100%.
And you could see them from a distance, too. Like, oh, boom. Yeah. Because you know there's going to be a camera there as well that you can see.
Yeah, then at that point, it's just like a foot race.
Yeah.
So, Ricky Cesar get there first, Angie and Danny second, Rob Letitia third.
I was so shocked that Danny and Angie were able to hit that.
Yeah, same.
I was like, wow, they made up so much time.
So much.
And crushed the detour.
It's just that directions, man. The directions, he just gets it done.
Yeah.
So then we had 4th Amber Vinny, 5th Yvonne and Melissa, Juan and Shane came in 6th, and that was a close one. They were like
foot to foot.
Yeah.
Almost.
They like showed that view of them running down the beach, and they're like, I don't know, 20 yards in front of it.
And it was kind of funny that they saw each other in the car, like, oh my gosh, that's the girls. Suck! Suck, what are we doing?
Yeah.
So,
that was pretty funny.
I don't know what the parking situation was.
I have no idea either.
But also, Juan feeling under the weather from the food poisoning.
Yeah.
So he's probably like, he probably asked him, like, are you guys the last team? Because I'm sure if he knew that, they would have booked it.
Yeah.
And try to outsprint him.
Yeah.
So
he had a bit of a challenge on the drums too, but I get it. So then Sunny and Busy finally show up, and they get the boot from Phil,
which is unfortunate because I really liked him. They were fun.
They made me laugh quite a bit, but man,
we gotta win some money, some vacations.
This thought kept going through my head, right? So they're firefighters. I'm assuming neither one of them drive the truck because there's no way they're getting to a fire. Maybe with Google Maps, I don't know.
That's probably true, but that's kind of funny to think of.
So then it teases next episode. They're in Barbados,
the home of
Rihanna.
Who's that?
That's what Angie said. Well played. Yeah, so it just kind of like shows that.
And this is the first time they've been to Barbados.
Yeah,
which is really cool.
That is cool. I don't know how crazy of a driving experience it'll be. It looked cool. It looked like they were kind of like driving razors, like side by side.
Yeah, like a little tuk-tuk thing to use.
So, and I'm sure the island's pretty small. Yeah. So, not like too much to get like lost.
Direction-wise, you should not get lost.
Yeah.
You shouldn't.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yvonne, Melissa.
We will see.
But the other funny thing that they teased is Danny and Angie lose their camera crew.
Yeah.
Which
they're like, you're not
supposed to. But I don't know, like it showed them, like they're going straight and the camera crew goes this way.
Yeah, it was weird.
And it's like,
right?
Where's the camera crew going?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was very interesting to see.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see how that plays out.
Yes.
Other than, are you taking the camera off the rear view mirror and going and continuing? Because I definitely would do that.
100%.
I go, you know where the detour is. You meet me there.
Yeah.
And you know there's someone there waiting at the detour anyway.
Yeah.
Like, hey, tell the camera crew, we're here. I got a camera. We got it all. I'm a good filmer.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. So predictions for next time, I think Ricky, Cesar are going to take number 1 again. I think Juan and Shane are going to come back. But I don't think they'll get second. I think Rod Letitia will go 2.
Okay.
Juan and Shane 3. And I do think that time is up for Danny and Angie.
Okay.
And I think they're going to go home. It is unfortunate if it is because they lost their camera crew. So I hope it's not because of that, but I think they're gonna get the boot this time.
Okay, I'll go Ricky Cesar number 1. Oh man, I'm thinking of give me Amber Vinny 2 and Rod Letitia 3.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is just because Juan and Shane have to start at the end.
Yeah.
And then give me Yvonne and Melissa to go home.
Okay, this is solid.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have some grace to Danny and Angie. They're way better at directions, and they'll make it. And Yvonne and Melissa will.
All right. So there's our predictions. What do you guys think? Who's going home? Who's getting in the top 3?
Let us know.
Yeah.
But this is the Amazing Survivors podcast. Till next week, yo ho ho.